My name is Megan Elcombe. I am originally from Sonoma County, California, better known as wine country. I completed my undergrad education at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which is on the central coast of California, and I received a Bachelor of Science in Animal Science and also completed a minor in Equine Science. When I finished my undergrad, I was kind of deciding if I really did want to go to vet school or if I wanted to go more the research and academic route. So instead of applying to vet schools right away, I ended up going out to Southern Illinois University and completing a Master of Science there in equine physiology. And while I was there, I also worked at a vet clinic on horses, and we kind of figured out that, my passions did lie within veterinary medicine, and ultimately that was what I wanted to pursue. I graduated from UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine, tracking equine, and so I decided I wanted to become a horse doctor. And right now I am actually working as an associate veterinarian at a private practice on the East Coast, and I get to work primarily on thoroughbred racehorses, which has been a dream of mine for as long as I can remember. And I don't have any specific plans of specializing at this moment beyond that as far as completing a residency. I had been in school for so long that I really just wanted to jump into working, get my feet wet, and then decide after working for a little bit if I wanted to pursue a residency and truly specialize in a different area. While I was in vet school, I was president of my vet school class, as well as our student chapter of the American Association of Equine Practitioners, which is a bit of a mouthful to say. I also was the recipient of several scholarships, both within UC Davis and externally, and probably my most notable achievement, which is really a reflection of all of my hard work, was being selected as a recipient of the Foundation for the Horse AAEP Coyote Rock Ranch Scholarship, which is one of the most prestigious scholarships that you can receive as an equine veterinary student. So I'm incredibly proud of that accomplishment. Coming to vet school, I realized that my biggest competition was not the people that I was surrounded by, even though it feels when you're applying, like everyone's competing against each other. But I really realized it was myself and the limitations that I set for myself. And the second that I realized that I was the primary limiting factor in what I could achieve, it kind of was a weight lifted off my shoulders and really allowed me to just dive into every moment, being willing to learn, willing to grow in my education, and not being scared of not knowing. Because inevitably in our lives and our careers, you're never going to know everything. If you do, please share that secret with me. But I have come to learn that if I'm willing to accept that I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn as much as I can, the sky is the limit as far as what you can accomplish. And I feel like in vet school, kind of the analogy that I use when I'm talking to younger classmen is it's almost like you are running into the ocean and waves are crashing over you, and instead of fighting the waves, fighting the tide, which is just going to exhaust you even more, to just sit back and let the waves carry you to shore. And that's really, having that mentality has been what has gotten me through pretty much the entirety of my education. When it comes down to it, I really think that it is all of the components of my background of being a non-traditional student. And so going into my application cycle, my goal was, regardless of acceptance, I want to make sure that I am fully putting myself on that application and that everybody that reads it walks away knowing exactly who I am, who I stand for, and what I hope to achieve. And having that mentality and having to learn how to present that, I think, is something really unique that I can bring working with each of my applicants. I think for this question, again, really comes down to everything that I've gone through. And when I was having to go through my vet school application process, it was a lot, and it was draining and emotionally exhausting and sometimes challenging because you don't know what you don't know. And there was a lot that I had to navigate and figure out on my own. And being an application consultant now gives me the opportunity and the power to basically be that source of information and support for people going through that process now, and making sure that you're coming out of it feeling like you have put your all into that application. And when you have questions, when you have doubts, like I'm not just a consultant or a counselor, but I am your biggest cheerleader. And that is why I'm so passionate about doing this, is because it really brings me back. Even though now I've graduated from vet school and I have reached these goals, it recenters me to the initial start point of all of this and realizing that I can help somebody on their journey from this point on. And so that is fundamentally why I'm so excited and so passionate about doing this.